Hey travel friends, it's Stoof here from Travel SzN. Welcome back to our channel. I recently returned from a long weekend trip to Atlantis, Paradise Island. This resort is incredible, it's massive. There really is something to do for every age group at every activity level at this resort. After visiting the resort, I wanted to create this video to share what I learned, my experiences, let you know about some of the resort's amenities. And if you're planning your own trip to Atlantis, hopefully this video can help you plan out what you can do at the resort. Okay, so Atlantis Paradise Island is located near Nassau, Bahamas. It's on Paradise Island and it takes up a pretty good portion on the northwest side of Paradise Island. First, I'd like to show you guys the resort map so you can see where we stayed during our time in Atlantis. I'm also going to briefly touch on the other towers at this resort, other places you can stay while still having access to all of the resort amenities. After that, I'm going to talk more about the amenities at this resort, including the different pool areas, the Aquaventure water park, the nightlife, the casino, the aquariums, the shops. I have a lot to talk about in this video and I'm excited to share this with you. While you're here, hit the subscribe button so you don't miss any more of our fun travel adventures like this one. To get to the resort, we flew into the Linden Pindling Airport, probably just pronounced that wrong, the NAS Airport. From there, we took a shuttle to Atlantis. They do not offer complimentary shuttles. However, you can book your shuttle through Atlantis's resort. Just call to book the shuttle a day or two before your flight and they will schedule the shuttle to pick you up. They will get you from the airport to the resort and from the resort back to the airport, all in that fee. Okay, upon arrival, we checked into our tower, which was the Coral Tower. This particular tower is one of the least expensive options if you're staying at a tower directly with Atlantis Resort. If you're looking at Google Maps, the Coral is located on the eastern side of the Atlantis property, but if you're looking at the resort map right here, it's located in the central lower area. This resort map provided by Atlantis is not the best for getting yourself oriented because there's no north arrow on this map, but it does show a lot of the amenities at the resort, so I'm going to refer to this map. Just keep in mind that north is not up on the resort map. The check-in process was relatively smooth. We arrived about an hour prior to the scheduled check-in time at 4 p.m. We arrived closer to 3 p.m. Our room that was originally scheduled for us was not available, but the front desk staff just put us in a room that was clean and ready to go into. So here's what the room for the Coral Towers looks like on their website, and here's what the room actually looked like. As you can see, they're pretty similar. I was impressed with that. The only difference really is that the room doesn't quite have that nice natural lighting that is in the image on their website, which is understandable. The room amenities include a mini fridge, a little coffee bar, you get a bar of soap, you get some shampoo, conditioner, there's a TV mounted on the wall. Every room also has a walkout balcony, which is nice. After finding out that this is more of the family-friendly tower, I would definitely not stay in this tower for future travel to Atlantis, and I would come back. This is a pretty great resort. I would probably prefer to stay in the Reef or the Cove towers. If you're staying in the Reef or the Cove tower, you actually have access to a day club pool area that is off limits to children and off limits to people staying in the other towers. Only the Reef and Cove guests are technically allowed in that area during your stay. The Reef and the Cove are located farthest away from the Coral Tower. They are on the western side of the resort. Okay, so we mentioned the Reef, the Cove, and the Coral. The other tower, which is central to everything, is called the Royal. The Royal is a big tower with that archway connecting the two. The Royal has a massive aquarium from the lobby area. You can see the aquarium all around the big lobby on the lower level. Here's what the Royal Tower rooms look like on their website. So those are the main towers at Atlantis. There also is the Harborside Resort, which has villas along the marina. It's across the marina, so it's a little bit more of a walk to get to the main resort area if you're staying at the Harborside Resort, which is still part of Atlantis. Another hotel I'd like to mention briefly is the Comfort Suites. This is not an Atlantis resort tower. It's a separate company. However, if you stay at the Comfort Suites, then you have access to the amenities at the Atlantis Resort, and it's only a 5-minute walk. It might actually be a closer walk than if you're staying at the Harborside Resort, and I'm assuming that the Comfort Suites is going to be a little bit more budget friendly than the towers at Atlantis. So that's another option for you to look into if you're traveling on a bit more of a budget. You may also be noticing on the resort map here, we have the beach tower on the lowest section there next to the conference center. When we were visiting, everything there was shut down for renovations. I'm not sure exactly what they're planning on doing with that beach tower, but the internet says that something new should be coming out in 2024, so keep an eye out for that. Okay, now that we've covered all of the towers and places to stay, let's talk about the pools. So first, that pool by the beach on the lower section of this map is all under renovation at the moment. That was closed off when we were there. Next is the pool by the coral. Just up from the coral in this resort map is the coral pool. The coral pool is pretty nice. It has a bar right next to the pool area. It's not a swim up bar, but it's the next best thing, I guess. Lots of shaded umbrella areas to lay out. There also are these nice little sunbathing circular pad things along the pool there that are great to snag in the morning if you're going to be at that pool all day, because those are pretty hot items at the pool. There are cabanas that you can rent. These cabanas aren't really anything special. They're just like a bench with a little coffee table in front of you and some shade, which could be nice if all of the shaded spots are taken. Right near this pool, you can also get to the Predator Lagoon area, which is one of those aquariums. It's also pretty close to the Lagoon Bar and Restaurant if you want to walk over from the coral pool to this restaurant to grab some lunch. The rope swing is another fun attraction close to the coral pool area. It's located at this red star on the map here, just to the right of the coral pools. This would be a fun thing to do with your kids if you just want to walk around the resort, but still stay close to your tower if you're staying at the coral. This is another way that you can get to the Paradise Lagoon Beach on the north end as well. Next is the Paradise Lagoon. The Paradise Lagoon has two beaches, the north end and the south end. This lagoon is connected to the ocean. However, the water is very calm here because it's a little inlet connected to the ocean, so you don't really get big waves. As we move up on the resort map, the next pool is the Royal Baths Pool, which is close to the Royal Towers. It's also close to some other aquarium overlook areas of sea turtles and other various fish closer to the Royal Tower. I don't think I actually got footage of the Royal Baths Pool area. We didn't really go there. It's right behind this big cool water fountain. So if you see this big water fountain, you're heading in the right direction to get to that pool area. Next on our list of pool areas, we have the Cove Pool, which on this map is designated as an entertainment area rather than a pool because this is where they have like the day club vibe. It's not like a Vegas day club where it's just like people are raging, EDM music is blasting, the speakers are pumping. It's a little bit more calm of a day club because they want to be able to keep all age groups feeling okay. So it's definitely a little more mellow than a Vegas day club, but still not bad. They have a DJ, they have several different pool areas, several different seating areas. This Cove pool area is only supposed to be accessible to Cove guests, which we did not know when we came to this resort, and we also missed the sign. There's a sign along the walkway that says for Cove and Reef guests only. We did not see that, but we went in the first day and we hung out at the pool in the day club like for a couple hours and no one said anything. There also is a little restaurant there and a bar area at the Cove pool where we grabbed some lunch. They have yummy poke bowls. And the last pool area that I did not know existed, so I don't have footage of it, is the pool at the Reef Hotel. And that pool is hidden on this resort map. It's actually behind the Cove building on this map, so that's why I didn't know it existed. I didn't look for it. So that summarizes the pools. I may have missed one or two there. There are a lot of big open swimming areas and pools at this resort. Those were the main ones. Next, I want to talk about the Aquaventure water park. You could spend half a day to a full day doing all of the things at the water park. There are a lot of water slides. There are tube water slides, there are solo rider water slides where you just go down on your back with your arms crossed and your legs crossed. They have some really adventurous water slides and some water slides for people that would like more of a mellow experience. They have a lazy river that's not so lazy. They actually call it the Rapids River, and there are 8 or 9 different stops where you can get on and off, and they just have tubes going around all day, so you just go right in, grab a tube, pop on the Rapids River, and enjoy yourself. The Rapids River has a couple sections with more rapids in the water, a couple sections where you go up hills and down hills on like a conveyor belt, a couple sections where it connects to water slides. So if you want to get off of the Rapids River and go wait in line to do a water slide, the water slide will deposit you right back into the Rapids River and you can continue going around. So you could spend a few hours just doing that too. There really is a lot to do at the Aquaventure Park. My favorite thing to do at the Aquaventure Park, well, I guess there were two. I really liked the Mayan Temple. This is a big temple that has several different water slides on it. My favorite one there was the Leap of Faith. That is a pretty adventurous water slide where you go down a steep drop through a tube, and then that tube opens up to you being under an aquarium full of sharks as you're very swiftly going through there. My eyes were closed, so I didn't even get to see the sharks. I didn't want to get water in my eyes and lose my contact lenses and all that stuff. But I had my GoPro. Now I got to see what it looked like through the GoPro. If you have a GoPro, I recommend bringing that. They do let you go down with your GoPro. They let you go down with your sandals too. The ground at the water park area is so hot in the sun that a lot of people wore their sandals walking around and then just take their sandals off and hold them when they go down the water slides and then put them back down and walk in them to get back up to the water slide lines again because the ground is just so hot. My other favorite water slide was the Serpent Slide, also located in the Mayan Temple. This is a tube ride that takes you also under the aquarium full of the sharks. And this one shoots you down. Once you get into that aquarium full of the sharks though, it's a really slow float through that aquarium tube that you're in. So you get the chance to actually look around and see all of the sharks swimming above you and around you and all sides. So that one is pretty awesome as well. So the slides that go under the shark tank are located at the Mayan Temple. The next tower over is the Power Tower. Also has some awesome water slides. I really enjoyed the tube slides from the Power Tower. Up at the top of the Power Tower, you get some incredible views of the surrounding beaches and the resort area because you're so high up from walking those steps to get up there. The Abyss slide gave me mixed vibes. First it was really scary, then it was like, wow, this was awesome. The Abyss slide goes from the Power Tower down a dark tube, which if you're claustrophobic is not fun. like me. But then once you get dumped out into this big pool, you open your eyes and you see you're in this cave surrounded by an aquarium area. So that is pretty awesome once you get to the bottom. But the journey from the entering the slide until landing in that pool is a little bit scary. Okay, now I want to talk about the various beaches on the Atlantis resort. First, there's the Atlantis Beach West. If you are staying at the Coral, this is going to be the beach directly out from there. This beach also seemed like it had some locals there. There were also some spots to rent jet skis there. The water here was a little bit more rough. The beach kind of slopes down at an angle into the ocean at the Atlantis Beach. The next beach up is the Cove Beach, and the Cove Beach is a little bit more quiet. This beach doesn't really have anyone from the public there. It's only resort guests at the Cove Beach. The Cove Beach still has some waves crashing on the shore. There are places to lay out and beach chairs and stuff. And the Cove Beach is closer to the water park, so if you're doing the aquaventure stuff but you want to take some time to go hang out at the actual beach, then that's probably the closest beach to you from the aquaventure water park. The beach that I enjoyed the most is the Paradise Beach, which I believe is only accessible to the Cove and Reef guests. However, we just walked right over to Paradise Beach and nobody said anything. No one was there or asked us to see our room keys or anything like that. So I don't know if you are technically allowed at that beach if you're staying in a different tower other than the Reef or the Cove. Not sure, but we were there and the Paradise Beach was my favorite one. It was the most calm. There were no waves. There were lots of fish. There were some reefs that you could snorkel at right there. The reefs are bleached out though. There's not a whole lot of active life in the reef other than the fish swimming around, but this is a great beach to watch the sunset. Inside the resorts, there are a lot of fun things to do at night. There is the casino, which is actually open all day, and it goes into the night as well. The dangerous thing about the casino is you can use your room key at any of the slot machines. So be careful with that, because you could quickly rack up some expenses there. There also are a bunch of shops. There's some luxury shops like Gucci, Balenciaga in the resort that you can shop around in. There are resort clothing shops there. The marina area has a big long strip of shops and restaurants, options for you. It's open during the day and at night, I believe until about 10 p.m. It seemed like things were shutting down around 9, 10 p.m. But it is really beautiful to walk that marina area at night and see the yachts all lit up. There also is a nightclub in the Royal Tower called Aura. The nightclub was a lot of fun. The DJ there when we went was pretty good. He did a nice mix of EDM, hip hop, some throwbacks too. So it was a lot of fun to go to the nightclub there. Last but not least, I want to talk about the various aquariums at Atlantis. This is probably one of the coolest things about staying at the Atlantis resort. This is what separates this resort from all the other resorts in the Bahamas. They have incredible aquariums with marine life. There are two very special aquarium installations. One is the Predator Tunnel with this archway that you can walk under as sharks swim over top of you. In this area, you can see a small-toothed sawfish up close and personal, just like this one right here. The next really cool aquarium is called the Dig, and this is located closer to the Royal Tower area. This, again, is an underground type of feel. The Dig follows more of the Atlantean theme with art installations and sculpture work and paintings on the walls that all fit that theme. This underground walkway also features many different species of fish and marine life in different enclosures. And it's really beautiful to walk around, look at the marine life as well as the artwork. While you're staying at Atlantis, you might like to enjoy the signature drink, which is the Paradise Pineapple. It's a rum drink, pretty refreshing and delicious. We got our Pineapple Paradise drinks closer to the Cove Beach area. All right, I've touched on most of the things to do at this resort. I'm sure there's a lot more that I missed. I wanted to go over some pros and cons just to wrap up this video. In general, my pros about staying at the Atlantis Resort is that the resort has incredible aquariums filled with marine life. It is a huge resort, so there is a lot to do. You're never going to be bored here. Another great thing about this resort is they support the Blue Project Foundation, which is a nonprofit with a mission to save sea species and their environment by reducing plastic waste. So when you check in, they give you a reusable water bottle, and they have these refill stations all around the resort. Another pro is that I found the staff very helpful, accommodating, knowledgeable, and friendly. So that always makes your stay more stress-free and more relaxing when the people that work there are nice to talk to and are helpful. Another pro about this resort is that although it's huge, they have a shuttle that could take you from place to place across the resort. You're welcome to walk around, or you could take that complimentary shuttle that takes you all around the resort. My cons for staying at the Atlantis is that it's a huge resort. It's a pro and a con. The negative part of staying at a huge resort is there can be crowds of people in certain parts of the resort as you're walking through. So if you are looking for more of a laid-back, secluded type of environment, you probably don't want to stay at the Atlantis unless you stay over at the Reef or the Cove and you get yourself a private cabana at the Cove pool. That might be the only way you get to stay away from the crowds. Another con for me was that the room wasn't 100% perfect. It wasn't terrible, but for the price you're paying to stay at the Atlantis, I expected a little better. So another con, I mentioned that Blue Project Foundation earlier with the reusable water bottles. Some of these water refilling stations just flat out did not work at the resort. So you had to go to a bar or a restaurant and ask for them to refill your water, which isn't a huge deal. It's just that if they are working to create these water refill stations, they should probably function properly. So that's my general wrap up of the resort. Overall, it's an incredible place. I absolutely recommend staying here. It's great for families, it's great for young adults, great for older couples. It's a great resort for anyone. They really do have something for everyone to do here. It's conveniently located very close to downtown Nassau, so if you want to go in and check out more of the local scene and shops, you can do that easily. Or you could just spend your entire time not leaving the resort because there's just so much to do there. Alright guys, that wraps up my video. Again, my name is Stoof from Travel SzN. Thanks for watching. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't done so already. If you have stayed at Atlantis before and you want to share more feedback for other people watching this video, please leave a comment letting us know what you thought of the resort. If you're planning a trip there, have a great time. Thanks for watching again, guys. Have a wonderful day and happy travels.